paint is going on the wall. And then
Laine was making an adjustment.
oh,
And then it shattered into actually only a couple of pieces.
only 3 pieces. Oh, the cabinet, yeah.
It didn't really come as advertised.
Caveat emptor. That's what we need to say about the cabinet.
Right. So
just caveat
one
emptor on
side is
that.
nice and finished out with pretty molding. The other side, like wide open, like it was a part of
A
3,
large piece.
and so it didn't really have a trim on the left
Yeah.
side. All right, Laine, how did Papa Restoration do? Fitting our... Wow, look at that.
It could be much better.
Look at that. Once we get that stained, I think it's gonna look pretty good.
Looks like chocolate sauce. It's not.
Yum.
Okay,
Can we get hot fudge sundaes after this?
maybe we should. Oh my gosh, this looks like hot fudge in the can. Walnut.
It's like chemistry.
Black. Oh, it's absolutely chemistry.
It's staining bad.
Yeah. If only I could make that much money.
Yeah, but you also have to kill people and...
Oh, fine.
All right.
You and your moral high road. This is wood conditioner that you put on your wood to basically, it helps it accept the stain very smoothly and evenly, which is what we want.
Do you have to let it dry?
You actually put your stain on, you have to put your stain on within 5 to 15 minutes of putting the wood conditioner on. You don't want to let it get real dry.
Oh, I see, yeah.
Right? It's
So, yeah, only pros.
only pros. Like, and you have to have several years of master carpentry and refinishing on the job before you really are
they'll allow
allowed
you to purchase
use
them.
this particular
Because
tool.
in the wrong hands,
I mean, it could be deadly. Really, you know, you could put your eardrum out.
somebody might stick their in their ear.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
They really should put on the packaging only for use in staining. Is what I think we'd all be better off.
The people don't know what they're doing and they're sticking them in their ears.
Yeah, That's why. That's why I said take a lot of specialty training,
Yeah.
long time
Yeah.
before you can be trusted.
Yeah, it's like
to
scuba
use this
classes.
tool. Exactly. And we see how that went with you.
This looks good, baby.
Thank you. This is why we leave the meticulous work to baby.
Oh, I would have knocked it out.
How do you think?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Hey, I just knocked out those blocks, man. They
I
look good.
I did all the rest of the trim for the entire bathroom.
Yeah, but you
did.
failed miserably on those two,
blocks.
and I fixed them.
Okay. I'm gonna.
On a cold day.
Okay.
All right, Laine, what is special about what you're putting on now?
I have hopefully made my own shellac. So I've taken my gel stains.
And a lot of dead bug carcasses.
There are actually no dead bug carcasses in this.
No bugs were harmed in the making of this shellac.
This is a modern shellac.
Oh, okay. So I'm sorry. Go ahead and tell us what you put in it.
So this is gel stain mixed with denatured alcohol, which is letting me, as I'm working it up and down, it is reliquifying the old shellac and working it back into the stain. So it looks like it's working beautifully, kind of an experiment, but it appears to be doing the job.
Check back tomorrow.
Check back tomorrow to see if we have a nasty, goofy mess. We won't. It's going to be good.
Okay, good. I'm excited.
Sir? What you got, sir? He's not supposed to have that, is he? I don't think this is for you, sir. 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 Oh, hyper tough. I know you're hyper tough, but it's not for you. It's not for you. No, I know you got it, but it's not for you. And it's not for you.
All right, guys, I'm going over. We did a lot of work yesterday, and Laine created her own shellac, stained it. I'm about to see how well it did. Let's see. Oh my goodness. That is beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. Are you kidding? That is beautiful. My wife, the genius, does it again. Look, it's a new piece. You can't even tell. Can't even tell. Wow. Hey guys, I had a lot of people asking me about this saw after last episode, and I just wanted to talk a little bit more about it. This is an oscillating saw, which basically means this blade oscillates back and forth, very high rate. These teeth will cut into a lot of different things. You can get a metal blade for these, wood blade for these, different size blades for these, and I absolutely love it. It's pretty easy to control, and you can cut pretty straight lines with it, and you can cut off nails with it, which I use it for a lot. Now, one of the reasons too I cut the nails off of a lot of these boards is we're talking about very old boards. The nails in them are cut square nails. They're large nails. I don't know how in the world that they ever put any trim up with these nails because they are so big. I don't know how they didn't split the wood, but they are way better than I am, obviously, 130 years ago. But I will cut the nail off the back as opposed to pulling that nail out, because if I pull it out, it's going to leave a large hole and I can put a nail back in it. But the nails I'm using are trim nails. They're a lot smaller, so we would have a hole there. So that's the reason I cut them off the back. I basically leave it on the front the way it was and put a new nail in it when I put it up. So just going to show you real quick how simple it is to use this thing. Take a nail off real easily.
Paint is on the walls, which means we've gotten through about 4 steps of this process, believe it or not. Mud, tape, mud, sand, paint, prime, paint, and now we're starting to lay the tile, which this is when it starts to feel like something is really happening in this bathroom, because tile.
All right, while Laine is over there tiling, we actually have room enough in this bathroom that we can both work this time. So I'm putting the trim back up, and then I'll probably help her tile a little bit.
I won't.
Let's see. One window. piece of trim here because we built these out with drywall and insulation, so we're gonna have to buy a piece of trim that goes around the windows here.
Ooh, that scared me to death. Knew it was coming, still scared me to death.
Before I covered up the last piece, I wanted to show you guys what we did with our chair rail tile. We actually used this little piece of trim, got a little bare piece right here. It's just a small piece that fit right in the cove of the chair rail. We measured up and leveled around the room and went ahead and put this board up everywhere. So we were able to hang the chair rail on that board, give it a little more support, and get our line. So it worked really well for us. Getting there. I've got an issue with this cabinet that we've put in. Now we've built in cabinets before, but if you actually build in a cabinet, you don't have this issue. But if you're taking a piece of furniture and building it in, then you probably will have this issue. What I've got is some different pieces of molding around this piece of furniture, and I've got some gaps here when I'm building it in. So we're actually going to use this trim piece that was on the top of our baseboard. We're not putting the baseboard back in this bathroom. And so I had a few extra pieces. So I'm going to use this and I'm going to put it down the side. Now I've got to cut out these different areas. And I'm so excited. You guys may have seen these before, but this is basically a contour gauge. So you can put it on anything and get what the contour is. So I'm going to do that with the cabinet. I'm going to draw that out on the back, and then I'm going to use a jigsaw to cut that out and put it in place. It's going to look fantastic. Here we go. Window installation, part 2. This time it's personal. Dun dun dun.
After my epic failure at window restoration earlier this week, we're back again. You've seen in earlier episodes the process by which we use wood hardener to restore the structural integrity of this old pine window sash. Then we used our Abitron wood epoxy to recreate all of the rail where the, oh look, he's coming back.
Here he comes, he's back.
It's back and forth thing.
Back and forth, back and forth.
I guess you just keep going and all.
To recreate the rail. Where it was, are you gonna cut it again?
Huh?
You need me to be quiet so you cut it again? Okay. Before I was so rudely interrupted, you were discussing rebuilding this rail with the Abatron wood epoxy, the 2-part wood epoxy. It's the best thing in the world. One of the things that we had lost on this sash was the bottom rabbet. The bed, or the lip that the glass sits in, is actually called the rabbet, and this one was completely missing because of powder post beetles and wood rot from water intrusion. So I used my Abatron. I completely rebuilt my rail, my bottom rail, and my rabbet. We've got it sanded, prepped, ready to go, and I'm gonna start with my glaze. This is just, you can pick it up literally at any home improvement box store, window glaze. It's not a mystery product. It's very sticky, so a lot of people like to wear gloves with it. I don't, because then I end up just wrestling with the gloves the whole time. But what you have to do, your first step, is you have to bed your glass. Bedding the glass means you take your beautiful glaze and you run a bead all around your rabbet, and it creates a nice seal for your glass to sit down on. The objective, to get these windows, these historic windows, really energy efficient, we need a good seal on this glass. Kevin and I were talking, you know that we are super pro save all the historic windows. And we were talking just a little while ago, this has cost us about, with 2 pieces of glass, because yours truly here busted the first piece, this is gonna cost us about $120 to restore this historic window. This historic window that was made on site, in place, for the window frame in which it sits. If we had decided to replace it with a wood window, because all of these windows are individual sizes, they're custom sizes, they're not standard sizes, our 2 choices would have been to spend about $1,500 to $2,000 per window on a new wood window replacement, or use standard size, factory made, ready to place windows. But that would mean that we would lose the shape of our original windows. We would be changing the exterior profile of our home, and you don't want to do that. It would look bad. And even then, even those windows, the cheap windows, are probably $500, $300 to $500 a piece, and they last maybe 10 years. These have lasted 130. With the repairs that I'm doing, they should last 130 more. Doesn't have to be neat and tidy at all. This part doesn't have to be pretty. We're gonna squish it. I'm gonna squish the glass down onto it, and then we want enough there that it actually overflows on the back. We're gonna give it lots of extra.
Bloody rabbit.
That's a bloody rabbit. We need a holy hand grenade.
That's exactly what we need. May have been what you used on the glass.
I used a holy hand grenade on the last piece of glass. Yes, I did.
This should just be the Monty Python channel.
You know, that would be the most appropriate.
Yeah. Monty Python restores homes.
This window is no more. Smoosh it up a little bit more. Smoosh it. Smoosh it.
I didn't know whether it was going to be smooshing. Is it in?
I believe it has been smooshed to the top. Drop it now. Smoosh it. Smoosh it. That is an actual technical term, so you know.
Smoosh it?
Smoosh it. All right. Yay!
We did it!
But we're not done yet. These are glazing points. Boop, boop. We're gonna put them about every 6 to 8 inches. Here he comes, he's coming back.
Every 68 inches, that seems wrong.
And you're gonna use your little glazing point tool and press them into the frame. Nice and firm, just like that. Ta-da!
Smush it and then you cram it.
Smush it, then cram it. There you go. These glazing points are going to do the job of holding the glass in place. A lot of people think that the glaze is what holds it in place. The glaze just creates the seal, really. It will eventually harden and help to hold it in place, but its main purpose is to create a good weather-tight seal. So now we're going to put our glaze over the top on this exterior. I like to put it really thick because you're going to come back and shave down every side with your tool. So once you have all your glaze on your window, it can be as ugly as you want it to be, because then you're going to take your glazing knife and you're just going to press it and run it right along the edge at an angle, and that's going to cut your glaze. I'm gonna go check and see why Kevin just yelled, "Well, crap," from the other room. But those are the basics of window restoration. I'm gonna keep working this glazing edge until I have it looking just like I want it to. I'm gonna flip it over, clean off that's squished out from the edges when we place the glass after it's bedding, and then we're gonna hang it back in the window. And we've saved a 130-year-old window, we've saved ourselves a lot of money, and we've put the proper piece back in its proper place in this historic home. In our opinion, there is no reason to ever replace your historic windows with modern windows. They can be just as energy efficient. We'll go over some ways to help with that later on, and they will always be the best window for your home.
Hey guys, a little quick tip for you here. We ended up taking off the trim on these existing windows and putting in some insulation, some drywall. And we took the trim off so that we would still have the profile. If we'd left it on and butted the drywall up against it, we would have lost all of our profile on the inside. And this is beautiful trim, so we wanted to keep that. So that created a little gap right here. And so I just went and found this little stop piece. I am putting it in there, we're gonna nail it in, we're gonna stain that up, and it's gonna look great. Laine,
What?
is that your pretty window?
I fixed it.
Look it, move to the
wasn't
side so we can
broken,
see
And
it.
then somebody broke it, not me, and then I fixed it. It's dirty. Don't look at it. It's dirty. And I got to
Oh, it
paint
looks
and
great.
whatnot.
Looks great. Look it.
It's all better.
Yay!
So this is the finish that we want, but this is the finish that we have. So I'm going to show you an easy way to make this look very similar to this using this. This is Rub and Buff. You can get it at lots of hobby stores or you can get it online. So all you're going to do is take your Rub and Buff and put a tiny dollop on a soft rag. A little bit goes an incredibly long way. And apply it to your hardware. I don't want it to look brand new, so I'm not going to be real ticky about getting it in all the grooves. I want it to look like it has some age and some wear. but we do want the metals to agree with one another. I also like that it really brings out the relief on the top of the knob. And again, you'll notice I didn't get in all these little tiny cracks because I don't want to lose all the shadows and detail. I've also allowed some of the base metal to show through because you can see on the original we have some of the base metal showing through. But now we have a much better agreement in tones between the two, and they're going to go back where they belong. Magic is about to happen.
Why are we doing this?
Because several months ago.
Isn't this brand new?
It's brand new. I ordered 4 matching sconces. They are all meant to be matte black.
And how long did it take them to get here?
Months. It took months for them to
And when do we need to have this bathroom ready?
by Sunday.
Okay.
And we opened them today.
And
3 of them are matte black.
yeah.
One of them is shiny chrome. So,
It's hard to see that it's chrome in the dark.
chromes would help if I
I don't know, maybe.
that you see. Are you sure you got matte black?
Huh?
Flat, you got flat. Okay, it's very shiny.
I know, it does look shiny.
Maybe it'll dry. Well, you know what? Nothing's saying that we can't do it again. So, one of these things is not like the other, and we are going to make it work.
So we're gonna play a little game
Yep.
and let you try to figure out which one we did this to. Laine is the master at this. This happens all the time
All
at
the
our
time.
house.
You would be probably horrified to know how many things in our house are spray painted.